And we're back for more Sunless Sea. I haven't gotten the time to record anything lately, but yeah, no real need for introduction this time. Oh, actually, yes. Most ship equipment use up hold space when it's not equipped. Huh? What? Oh yes, yes. Um, that's something I want to talk about. So last time I had a beautiful run. Very lucky. I got a lot of echoes, like 1,000 or so. Actually, more than 1,000. And we ended up in the Iron Republic because I wanted to get as much fuel as possible for cheap. But the hold can, well, only hold so much. I have what's it called? 40. My cargo can have 40 things in total, and well, oh, it has apparently not saved between the time I bought more fuel and now. So we can buy up to 8, and we are going to do that. I should repair the hull. It's 1/3 damaged, but for now it should be okay. Vision of the surface. So yes, we should have enough fuel to make a trip to the surface and make the trip back to the Iron Republic, fuel up more, and then go back to London to just probably earn so much cash. I can't fathom what could be on the surface, but seeing how difficult it is to get up, I'm guessing that the reward should be quite something. However, I also have some other missions to do. One thing was going to the Mangrove College. I looked up where it is, well, where it could be, since the map is kind of random, and we're actually not far. Well, we should not be very far from it, so we're going to look there instead of going to the surface, because, well, I mean, we could go to the surface, but I think that a bit more exploring first could do us some good, and also I think I want a better ship than this. So, the journal. As I said, we are supposed to go to the Mangrove College. Where is it? Objective. Mangrove College. Yes. In the Swallowing Isles. Yes. I didn't really know where it is supposed to be. Apparently, it is the island I'm going to look for. Well, the port I'm looking for is called the Melting Isles, I think. Well, we are also going to look for the Swallowing Isles, if that means anything. Let's see, there was also a Khan's Heart. That's something that I it shouldn't be too far away either from the mangrove college if we get there, depending on where it is exactly. But also, I do not really wish to go there yet because, well, we should restock on supplies. Anyway, we are going to buy as much fuel as possible. We can't repair our damn ship. Okay. So, we have maxed out our hold, and that's okay. And we still have over 1,100 vehicles. That's great. So we are just going to Zale, all the way to the Mangrove College, which should be in this area. I know it's vague, but what can I do? Anyway. And lamp off. Actually, lamp on because, well, my terror is already great enough. I don't necessarily want it to be bigger. Discovered. Wait. Discovered the Iron Republic? Did I not get a port report? That would be very embarrassing. Let me see. Engineer. I have the port report. Oh. Yes, I do. Sure. And since we just fed the crew, we are going to buy more fuel. Okay. Great. I kinda have to reacquaint myself every time I play this game because, well, there's been almost a week since last time. Usually, when I play games, I have a tendency to do very long play sessions. So I don't really know how to pace myself, I guess. Researches. Please don't notice me, I don't want to fight. We're going to fight our... Wait, what? Are you from the ship? Wait, what's this? Protocol. Isle of Cars. Oh, okay. Visage. Hide your face. Hide all your faces. This is the port of Visage, where faces may not be naked, except one, a stone monument the size of a village church, serenely gazing upward, flourishing of years. So, before I forget, the port report is of utmost importance always. You can at least interview those who are leaving. That will have to do. A departing merchant gives you a confused look of crocodiles and honey cake. Not look, account. A confused account of crocodiles and honey cakes and something about air blockage. To this you add your own impressions about the street layout close to port and types of commerce here. When the lights are especially bright, it is possible to make out the details of the profile of the great stone face. Oh, yes, this. It's quite big indeed. Sure. Yes, I do have this something awaits your quality. Sure. Let's do this. Inward and upward. Once you set foot on village, you may be here for a little while. Terms. All those who enter must play their parts. The sign is visible only after you move across to the threshold. Show in visage. Also, I'm just thinking. I hope that it isn't weird the way that I pronounce visage. Visage is also, I think, a way to say it, but visage is, I think, the proper English pronunciation to really make a pseudo French pronunciation that is weird to say when I'm French myself. Anyway, so on the lowest slopes, stone buildings, flat roofs, archways. In the architecture there lingers the memory of lotus and palm frond. The hill above is a face, forever looking up at the ceiling of the entity. No one inhabits its cheeks or the hollows of its eyes. Check in at the customs house. One may not wander visage at will. Okay, so I need a mask. I am guessing that there is some sort of superstition on this island that is against, well, naked faces, as they say. Checking out the custom house. A changing room. All visitors must pass, one by one, through a room guarded by the person in the mask of the moon moth. Choice of masks. Masks in an assortment of shapes and colors await. Ask to go about with any mask. Without any mask. That sounds strange. Well, how should I say it? One way to say it would be culturally insensitive, but I'm more thinking about blasphemous for that particular belief that they may have. So ask to go without any masks. Your own face will do for you. Thanks very much. No, let's not try that one. Ask the significance of the masks. Maybe there's more to it than a question of aesthetic taste. I think so. So I'm going to ask that. Choose the frog mask. It looks curious. The locust mask. It looks voracious. The bat mask. It looks threatening. Let's ask. Assorted pestilences. Moonmoth explains. Each mask declares a different intention towards the denizens of visage, and must be accompanied by suitable behavior. The frog is for visitors who through perhaps clumsy and unfamiliar with local etiquette, have come in order to observe local ways and to make uncouth comments about them. The locust is for those who seek profit in visage and would carry away as many goods as possible. You prompt about the bat. Moonmoth hesitates. Bat is an ill-omened visitor, sent as a messenger or a spy. Bat always does. So, the choice of mask is, in a way, to not hide your intentions. It's a subversion of the idea of wearing a mask. Usually, when you do that, it's to hide yourself, to make your intentions unclear. But here, the intentions are even more obvious when hiding your face. I like that concept, but why would I choose to obey such laws? I mean, if the supernatural is a thing and the masks are somehow enchanted, I'm guessing that I could not refuse. But I don't know. Still, I won't take the bat mask because I do not want my captain to die so soon. So I believe the frog mask should be okay for now. I just want to ask again. Because the frog is for visitors who, though perhaps clumsy and unfamiliar with the local etiquette, have come in order to observe local ways and to make uncouth comments about them. And maybe not to make the uncouth comments, but observe local etiquette. That should be something that I should try to do. Would it be at least for this, the captain? Sure, it looks curious. Moonmoth lifts the mask and places it over your head. And the eye holes are large and they are fitted with spectacles. These improve your view of the environment, though you must look bulb-eyed from the outside. There is also a mechanism attached to the mouthpiece which magnifies any sound you make, even your breathing. You start to thank the moonmoth, and it comes out as a booming croak. Make a profit from your visit in knowledge, says Moonmoth. Its wings folds neatly over its back. The mask quality is now 2 frog mask. I wonder what would have happened if I had chosen not to wear a mask. Expertise in parts hasn't changed because it's lower than 3. There are so many flags in this game. I have no idea how it actually works. I just know that sometimes I have a quality that is less than 3 and other time it's more than 2 or whatever. But yes, I had already read that. Visit the library of parts, so called because all the books are fragmentary, perhaps. No more than 2. I'm guessing that 1 would be for no mask, 2 is for frog, 3 is for the locust, and well, 4 should be for the bat. Visit the food court. The moonmoth speaks as though you should already know what it is. No more than 3. You have 2. Mask 1 and visage. Yes. End your performance and leave the island. You can stay in character forever. Let's visit the Library of Pots. Stoop at the lintel, enter the dark. A room of heavy stone, guarded by a golden statuette of a woman with outstretched arms. The scrolling niches sorted to correspond to a variety of masks: the jackal and the lioness, the crocodile and dung beetle. A woman in the mask of a lotus blossom is standing as a lectern, reading in silence. Moonmoth stands to one side as your escort and tour guide. Does all visitors have their own guide? Or am I somehow special? Ask about the purpose of this room. What sorts of parts are they, anyway? Study the scrolls in a bumbling way. They look very old after all. Steal the most valuable looking scroll for latest sale. Not very frog-like, but who cares? Yes. So I don't have to be in character. I can lie. Write notes in the margins. If your frog will hold a pen, that is. It's not just masks. People here are a bit weird, but okay. Ask about the purpose. Filled under M for masks. Moonmoth explains. People think it means something like library of fragments, but this is wrong. The parts in question are like parts in a play. This is where the denizens of Visage come in order to learn how to perform their masks more accurately, more completely, with the truer spirit. Sure. Heart scarred and dead. Taking the nearest, you read it out loud. For guarding against the loss of the heart. Moonmoth takes it from you, rolls it tightly and returns it to its niche. There are so many ways of guarding against the loss of the heart, as there are different masks, it explains, in the same light and in different voice. Let's visit the fourth court. High water. The flood. The flood court, not the food court. Okay, the flood court. The flood court is a long stone room with 2 ranks of columns on each side. Currently, the court is ankle deep in water. The water stains on the stone show that the flood has often reached higher, sometimes up to the height of your waist. In a raised niche at the far end of the room sits a statue of a man with the head of a ram. He holds a jar from which water flows out onto the floor. Court. Moonmoth stands to one side as your escort and tour guide. Ask about the purpose. Exactly two. Doesn't really look as though it's good for anything. Show oafish enthusiasm for this wonderful indoor pool. Foglight's pools, right? Try to steal the statues in jug. It looks ancient and consequently valuable. No more than 0. Yeah, 1. Oh no, that's... Let's ask. Depths per day. From a corner, Moonmoth picks up a graduated stick. He shows you how a person standing at the end of the room may dip the stick into the water and use it to measure the water level at a pre-selected point, and how the measurements are compared with measurements written on a calendar. If the water level does not match the calendrical position, an assembly of pipes and drains is used to adjust it. It used to be, says the moth, that the water rose and fell of its own accord, and the people before wrote down what height it reached. Now the water is still, but thanks to their actions, we can replicate the rise and fall as still to be pleasing to the god of flood. It completes this explanation with a half-bloody bow towards the statue of a ram deity. Sure. Focus like pools, right? Crook. You exclaim at how much you admire this room and its excellent pool. Your words are, as always, amplified into a crook. Other masks turn towards you. Crocodile, lotus blossom, crescent moon, but no one speaks. You have garnered a suitable degree of disdain. Moonmouth quietly applauds your performance of frogfoot. People really are into roleplay on this island. Oh. Let's end the performance and leave the island. You can stay in character forever. A shame about the moth. You say farewell to the moon moth. It makes gestures as recognize as agitation. Perhaps there was some other plan for you here, but no one consulted you about it. You have other things to attend to. You lost sight of Visage. The moonmoth smoothing the folds from your robe and hanging your mask on a peg for the next visitor. They have no shops. They have just oddities. Anyway. So this is called Cat Island. Sounds pretty good, pretty neat. But I do have to... Actually, I could discover it just to get the points, but I want to get further down this line. Also, there was a boat, a friendly boat, going up to Visage. I'm surprised. This is the Cat Island. Let's just do the port report. The Isle of Cats. Is it like Istanbul? Or would it rather be like in Okami with the cat tower? Isle of Cats. Where there are roses. Port Cavendish. A scatter of yellow-lit honeydens and brightly painted alehouses. To the southeast rises the stone tower of Cavendish Abbey, its ramparts hung with crimson and gold banners. There are sailors from all across the Neath holding cargo, dicing and brawling good naturally on the docks. The air carries the sound of sea shanties sung with more enthusiasm than skill, and the smell of roses edged with brimstone. I enjoy more and more the poetry of this game. Let's first and foremost do the port reports as always. Though the isle seems at present beyond the reach of the Admiralty's laws, that does not mean that the Admiralty lacks interest in their activities. Yes, they probably always have interest in intelligence. Roses and kings. You spend half a day observing the docks and note an astonishing number of variety of ships. Was that a Kennedy trimaran nested beside a vessel from the Iron Republic? The dockhand complains loudly that they have never been busier. The Catties talk ceaselessly and carelessly about smuggling and piracy, but even the most hardened sailors lower their voices when they mention the king. They go even quieter when they talk about the rose garden. You make careful notes. Perhaps the Admiralty will understand what I mean, even if you don't. The king. So, if you remember, there is a place in the southeast corner that is called oh no, it's called the God Eater. No, God Eater is something like King, Mad King, something like that. A place where you can go mad, if you so wish. But I cannot remember the exact name. King Arena, King Castle. Or was it really God Eater? I can't remember. But it may be related to that and some lore things. But that is related to the salt god. If you remember, there are three gods: salt, storm, and stone. And it seems like salt has some ties to whatever this king might be. Well, it would rather be the opposite way, that the king has ties to salt allegiances. So, piratical welcome. Welcome to the Isle of Cats, the wide-eyed dockmaster says brightly. Would you like to bribe me not to write down your details in this nice official ledger? The Pirate King. Oh yes, there was also a pirate hunter, the Pirate Poet, which is an enemy, probably an adversary we do not want to cross yet. Not with this ship, not with the solitary preparation. We might have to at some point, but I am hoping that we don't just yet. Five echoes to gripe. Sounds good enough. Oh yes, I don't have the something awaits you quality. Sell sunlight. I'm going to read this first. Buy a shipment of red honey. You could sell it for profit elsewhere if you were inclined to take your chances with revenue men. Yes, so that is something that we should not bring back to London, I guess. Or if we do, we should at least try to not be found out. But this is special. Sell sunlight. Sunlight, the most dangerous of pleasures. Here in Port Cavendish, there's an appetite for dangerous pleasures. But will you be able to negotiate with the sippers of sunlight? Unlocked with one sunlight-filled mirror catch box. Yes. Yeah, in the deep. Some odd things. So the Parrot King. There is a pirate place in the north. Well, not in the northern region, but north from here. That I can't remember the name of, but where the pirate poet was mentioned first. And that doesn't seem to be related to this place. Well, maybe not. There could be several pirate factions for all we know. But bribing for 5 echoes, it should be okay. We should get the money back with the port report anyway. A key to the cage gardens. Parrot King's notice. You hand over the coins and she tips you a sharp smile before waving you to the nearest alehouse. The entire process is straightforwardly correct and pleasingly efficient. Yes. We should try to have as little suspicion as possible. The higher your suspicion, the more fiercely the excise will search your ship. The Rose and Tiger. Oh, I will soon have to go. I'm just noticing that I don't have much time left before I have to end this session, but I think I can read through this and then be able to go. The Rose and Tiger. The alehouse sign is a tiger painted the color of rose petals. Someone has gone to great trouble and expense to gild the creature's eyes. They look out over the port, feral and unseeing. A cage high of lamplighter bees hang from the ceiling like a chandelier. A few sailors give you hard-mouthed, assessing looks, but most ignores your presence entirely. Okay, so all options here. Significant tokens. The Catties will wear a pair of amber stones threaded around their necks, all pinned to their collars. Clandestine doing. A whispered conversation, the clink of coins, an exchange of goods. Religious observances. Is it crimson-veiled nun? But that sort of nun would. But what sort of nun would be in a place like this? Or leave the alehouse? There must be more to the Isle of Cats than drunken sots and these stories. Make sure you have learned all you wish to before you leave this place. Yes. Let's learn about the story. This game is all about lore, after all about lore and exploration and eating your crew, I guess. Though that has not happened yet, not even in the time that I died. I died because of a mutiny, and that's something entirely different. But no, cannibalism was done at that point. Mentions of it was done, but the act itself has not yet happened. Yet. Hopefully it won't. So the amber stones threaded around her neck, or pinned through the collars. Cat's eyes, one of them says. For the Pirate King. As far as you can gather, the Pirate King's name is Leopold. Someone is going to really enjoy me saying that. I will have to mention him. As far as you can gather, the Pirate King's name is Leopold, and he controls all the trade on the island. Half of the Catties believe that he can take the form of a crimson tiger and creep into their dreams. The other half suspects, more prosaically, that he simply eats those who displease him. So I do not yet know who this Pirate King is, and maybe he doesn't have any ties to Salt after all. Or perhaps the king that was mentioned previously isn't a Pirate King. Who knows? I'm guessing that the king mentioned was the Pirate King, the Leopold guy, and what exactly is true about him is yet to be known. But, well, that he controls all the trade on the island, that is for sure. But what exactly he does is yet to be determined. Let's ask about some clandestine doings. The merest taste. You turn your head as though you are admiring one of the mouldering draperies hung from the wall. A vial flashes in the buyer's trembling hand. Hearing corpses, pours a few drops of thick red liquid down his throat. The vial drops to the floor. Then you look back up. He is gone. You blink and look around. Nobody else seems in the least perturbed that a man disappeared from the mist. You pick up the fallen vial and examine the traces left inside. Sticky honey gleaming with redness, entirely unlike blood. So, is that what red honey is? transpose yourself away, to teleport, or to just die? After all, it was said that it is complicated to die when you're not at Z, and that the shores are cursed with immortality for some reason. So perhaps it is like euthanasia? I don't know. Religious observances. Mellifera's sister, of course, she responds, performing a complicated negotiation between veil, thick glove, and glass of mushroom wine. You ask what one of those is, and she snorts. I'm glaring at you underneath this blooming veil. You act appropriately cowed, and Mellifera's sister throws a little. We are beekeepers and honey harvesters. The cat is order and prosperity to us, and the parrot king too. She slurped the last of the mushroom wine behind her veil, and the barkeep glides over the reveal her glass, eyes respectfully downcast. So they are the one harvesting the red honey, I'm guessing. And since they are doing that, it seems like the Pirate King owes his fortune to a great deal of this highly illicit beverage, food, item. I don't know, but whatever is true about the Pirate King is that he owns the island and has a whole order of nuns working to gather the beekeepers. Melliferous. I do wonder if that means anything. I might have to look it up. But right now, I just don't know. But it seems like we have had all the conversations that we could have in this alehouse. So let's leave it. Laws of the land. The barkeep stops you before you reach the door and hands you a brooch set out with 2 amber stones. He waits impassively until you pin it to your clothes. Everybody wears the cat's eyes here, he tells you, moving aside to let you pass. Just a friendly reminder that the Pirate King is watching. It seems that no place then is truly lawless. So, what exactly is true about the Pirate King is that he does watch at all times. Perhaps he does have some magic or powers beyond just wealth and threats. But I don't know. I found it so interesting, really. I am glad that I'm playing this game. It's very good for the lore. Let's just look at the shop. No, the fuel and the supplies cost way too much. So I do have to look at the time, the real time. It should be okay to read through the whole part. So we will not buy red honey because not only do we not have the key to the cage gardens, we don't have the something awaits you, and we also don't have any place in the hold. Oh, we do actually. Ah, yes, because we have eaten and spent some fuel. But let's learn more about the Isle of Cats. So the honey tongue. It is both brothel and honey den, run by someone the cat is referred to as the King's Claw. Hmm. Let's see what the Cavendish Abbey has to say. The crimson-clad mellifluous sisters patrol its ramparts and tend the hives of lamplight bees. Perhaps I could reduce my terror going to the brothel, because, well, that is how it goes in Darkest Dungeon. Also, I'm still mad about what happened last time I played that game. Uh, but, yes. The Haunted Tomb. Maybe we can learn more about the Pirate King. Entering the brothel is like sliding into the dream of a surface orientalist. Jewel embroidered cushions, bright silk drapes, gilded statues of elephants, sun bears, and clouded leopards. Silver census releases curling plumes of rose-scented smoke into the air. The courtesans are red-lipped and smudged. When you catch their eyes, they smile back at you with professional interest. Your actions will attract the Pirates King notice. You need 5 Pirates King's notice to gain an offer from a patron. Meeting with the King's Claw. The Claw keeps a sweet, in the maze of corridors above the brothel. I'm not sure how to pronounce that word. I know what it means, but I'm not sure how to pronounce it exactly. I'm thinking about a hotel, so it will be a brothel. Brothel. No, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, as what bread and honey is, I do have an idea. So, of course, only the particulars may have slipped your mind. Comfort a sea captain. The sea captain is weeping gently into a courtesan's bosom, muttering of her lost crew and rose gardens. No more than 4. I can spend fragments. Swap tales with the honey smuggler. A few rousing sea stories should loosen his tongue about the mysterious Pirate King. How many sea stories do I have actually? I think... No, that's the memory essential. Do I not have any single Z story? Apparently not. Huh. Well, let's let's just ask what red honey is. I do want to have more information about this drug, I'm guessing. One of the nearby courtesans eyebrow lifts infinitesimally, but his reply is practiced. When lamplighters be suck the nectar of the crimson strain of exile's rose, they are driven to madness. They enter the brain of humans and harvest their memories. He shudders as though imagining the process himself. Those memories are instilled in red honey. Each sip is a burst of memory on the tongue. Deliciously awful, isn't it? He flutters his dyed feathers fan. Hmm. So it is a drug. Let us comfort the captain. They're all tending the gardens now, she wails and begins to weep again. My poor crew. You wait for a hitch in the stubs and inquire further. It is a slow, delicate business drawing answers out of her, but you are nothing if not perseverant. It seems her crew was conscripted by the Lady of the Gardens, and that their duties are something far worse than horticulture's. You leave her reciting the names of her lost sailors, and commending them to Salt's mercy. So, in other, what's it called? Um, Sailing adventures. The Odyssey, of course, is something that should always come to mind. Because, well, it's a classic and one of the oldest stories that exist. And in that story, there is the island of I don't know the name is in English for that witch. She's called Circe in French. I will have to look up what exactly her name is uh, in English, but I won't say spoiler for that because well the story is almost 3,000 years old, so you would have had time to read it or know about it. She's a witch that take Ulysses' crew and turn them into pigs. And I think she tries to cook one of them. I'm not sure. But she at least transformed the Ulysses' crew into pigs because, well, he didn't leave Troy alone. He he went out with his crew, and they all died one by one until he somehow managed to come back to his island. But anyway, maybe that's a reference here. Not sure, but what I can understand from this is that the crew is not having a good time if they still are alive. At any rate, we could do this once more to raise our um, Pirate King's notice, but we maybe shouldn't just yet. Cavendish Abbey. Oh, okay. I'm guessing that we will need to get the favors, or maybe we can get the key here. Not sure yet. The crimson-clad mellifluous sisters patrol its ramparts and tend the hives of lamplighter bees. The mellifluous sisters make their home in the richly appointed stone tower of Cavendish Abbey. Their thick gloves and crimson mesh helmets are worn, less for modesty and more for practicality. They tend the hives of the lamplighter bees all across the isle and make a religious observance of harvesting red honey for the Pirate King. So I'm guessing that their uniform is somewhat a blend of a Catholic nun, well, since it's supposed to be England, maybe Anglican rather, or Protestant. Anyway, that it's supposed to be Christian nun outfit blended with a beekeeper outfit, a honey harvester outfit. With I'm not sure if you know exactly what I mean about that, but there is this like very special, not mask, but helmets. I guess that they wear to be able to see, but also not be stung by the bees. But religious observance of harvesting red honey for the Pirate King, that's a very interesting thing to say. So the Pirate King, question, is he human? I would believe so. I would think that it's more like a simple mortal that is just surrounded by mysteries and that has done a very good job at having propaganda around himself to make him seem stronger. The Lady of the Gardens offer. Her name, she says, is Zyra. You should use it. I need 5. That's going to be difficult. Well, maybe not difficult. There is a place where we can just spend what's it called? The fragments to get more. And knocked with no more than 0. Sure, I probably have 0 right now. Gossip with the novice. She could, she tells you earnestly, really use a lamentable relic. Best not ask her what for. Well, I did have one, I think, but not anymore, and I got a lot of money out of it, so I'm guessing that's okay. Fuel for the beast smokers. The sister who tends the smokers is a talkative sort. 5 fuel? That's way too much. I'm not spending that. If it had been like 1, or maybe even 2, but 5, that's like 40 echoes in the Iron Republic and 50 in London. And here it costs like 20, so ugh, no, no thank you. I'm meeting with Avis. She's always interested in news from London. I do have recent news. It's probably a good thing. What? Oh. Oh, that's not good. Not. I should have done the fuel thing first. Had I known. Well, the wine is necessary for the Vanderbright quest, so I will keep it. Oh, that's 24 drowned for nothing. Yikes. I do not know how much the mushroom wine is worth, but I'm guessing more than 8, or maybe more than 10. I hope it's worth more. I hope that I'm not losing too much in this process. Still, had I known, I would have done the other thing first. Oh, that's a little bit upsetting. But sure. In the water. That's annoying. Recite your news to the abbess, who your voice stuttering every now and then in the cool silence of her office. Her face is entirely obscured by her thick veil, and it is impossible to read her reactions. Nonetheless, you must have pleased her. She orders one of her novices to load your ship with casks of mushroom wine. The abbey overlooks the rose garden, and so you make a point of to linger at the windows. The roses bloom lush and wanton, each petal the color of sunset. A tall woman in a golden veil picks her way between the thorn bushes. Yes. The antics intrigue. Well, that was hopefully good and not just a waste of fuel. Waste of fuel and waste of money. I mean, I do have a lot of money, but still, fuel is not something I want to lose. I could do this, but I will not. We will look into more another time. As I said, I don't have all the time in the world, unfortunately. Another day will probably be a longer session. Still, yes, this will be brought to Vanderbilt because where is it? The tomb colonists bring wine to Vanderbilt. That is something that I want to do, and I do have wine now. Not necessarily the best wine, though I'm not sure that better wine can be found in caves. Many more will have complex effects. So we have some interesting things to do next time, which is find a way to reduce the terror. We will have to go back to London. This is not livable. Being bound for Khan's heart, I would believe that that's what Kenneth is referring to. So even though we were promised 200 echoes, it will probably be something, what should I say, uneasy to do. First we will have to find it, and then, well, weird stuff may happen. After all, the 2 people died, I think, during that quest, so that's odd. We may have to look into London, but welcome the passenger aboard. I do not remember that. Also, what are those supposed to mean? 520, 56 is the terror I have. But what those mean? My objectives. So, have as many these stories as possible. How many do I have? 3. That's okay. I do have to go to the Mangrove College, which is the place we will be bound for next time. And also, perhaps, if we do not lack in fuel and supplies, travel to Vanderbilt before traveling back to London. Because we do not have what's it called? We do not have a Vanderbilt port report, so every time we go back to London, we do get more money if we get port reports before, because, well, we can always compile them back again after that. That's also something that I'm not sure what the beginner's luck is supposed to mean. Maybe I should look into that. The secrets. Oh yes, I should perhaps get more... yes, I should do that now, because I have enough time to do that. I'm the first officer. Yes, sure. Speak to... Speak to the sly navigator. The Z, Captain. Look at it. Out there. It's not our friend. Don't forget that. So increase your mirrors. Tell me a tale, and I'll tell you another. The Z is full of stories. Spending a secret will improve your mirrors, but no higher than 50. Sure. The Z. The navigator likes to talk about the Z. He has long opinions on its beauties, its dangers, its salinity, its depth and its contents, and the rest. Every other sentence starts. The Z, 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 Z. After a while, you reach the point of semantic satiation, and the word Z means no more to you than the word zop. But you seem to have learned something. You seem... okay, they do like the odd humor. I do want to keep some secrets, just in case. I do not know exactly, because it seems to be quite complicated to increase your competencies. So I'm not sure exactly, like, if I am at 29 versus 30, what exactly does that mean? And if I'm at 30 versus 50, what other advantages do I have? I could talk more, but I will not, because I do have to go. So yes, next time we will go over to this portion, and I will have more time, but this is it for now.